Now, if you are watching this video, then I would tell you congratulations, because in this video we are going to be talking about something really important as well as something really interesting. Hey guys, it's Yash and you're watching YVK Technologies, and in this video we are going to be learning how we can make our own data binding module using Vanilla JavaScript, just like Angular.js or Vue.js. So what is data binding, by the way? So if you don't know that, please wait a minute. Let me turn on my hotspot. Right, so okay. So basically I had this tutorial open for you. Now the data binding which Angular uses is a bit advanced, I admit that, but like this is going to be basic data binding. Like here you can see that here we created a variable called name and we outputted it out here. Otherwise, if we didn't have this function, then we would have to use we would have to give this h1 an ID. This h1 out here, we would have to give it an ID and or a class name, then select it with JavaScript, then print something out there. But with data binding we can simply put double brackets or anything else which we want according to our needs and just put in the variable name. So how do we do that? First of all, I have got the module ready for you. I'm just going to show that to you. Actually I was developing this as a test to see if this was actually possible, and it turned out that it is possible. So you can see that hello world is printed out here. Now where does this hello world come from? I'm just going to open it with text editor. I actually hard coded it and I decided not to code it out in front of everybody so as to avoid any kind of errors or confusion. It actually took me some time to figure out the logic, but finally I did it. Okay, so here you see that I have a variable called x and the value is hello world, and I'm outputting the x out here. I don't have any Angular.js or any library out here included inside the entire document. Now I can just change the value of x right here and it will change on the document as well. Now instead of hi world, let me just say 5. It will print 5. Instead of variables we can also write custom mathematical operations, or maybe for example x into 10. So x is 5, so multiplied by 10 we need to get 50. So as you can see, it outputs 50. We can write any kind of mathematical operation that, for example 3 into 10 we get 30. Okay, so how do we make this? The coding is very simple. So firstly we need to have a window.onload function, right? So now here we are using the keyword let for defining the variables. Why are we using let? Is because let is the most locally scoped variable data type in JavaScript, and that is going to help us prevent any kind of variable naming conflicts. Like previously I had var, and here I was using x, and here also I was using x, so there was a naming conflict. So I just decided to keep it let because that's the best way. Alright, so I'm going to be just creating a variable called body. I'm just going to zoom it on inside. I'm just going to create a variable called body, and it's going to capture all the inner HTML of the body element inside of it, okay, the moment the window loads. And then we are going to empty the entire inner HTML of the body, because we are going to be outputting our own inner HTML inside the body later on. Now I've created two variables. First is index of and index of 1. So what is this index of going to store? This index of is going to be storing the index of the double opening braces right here, as you can see, and the index of 1 is going to be storing the index of the double closing braces. And then we are going to call a function called iterate, and we are going to pass it 3 parameters, 3 arguments: index of this one, index of 1 right here, and the body right here. Okay, now we have defined the iterate function. I'm just going to comment it out, end, and iterate function start. Well, actually I think I should change the theme to light so that you can actually see it better. Yeah, okay, so now I think you can see everything. So I was at this iterate function out here. So we have created a function called iterate, and we are taking in the I1, I2 and body inside it as a parameter. Now if iterate 1, I1 is actually index of 1 is not equal to -1, and index of 2 is not equal to -1, which means that if both a pair of opening brackets and closing brackets, the two of them, is not found, then it's not going to do anything. Okay, I need to adjust the preferences, right? So yeah, this is the best. So now if that's not the case, if it finds both double opening braces and double closing braces, then it's we are going to be defining a variable called str, and we are going to be calling a for loop within which we have written let x equals to I1 plus 2, which means that x is going to be the index of these two braces plus 2, which means it's going to land right here before this 3. Okay, it's going to be landing before that 3 right there, and it's going to continue till x is less than the index of 2, which means before the double closing braces right here at the after this 10. It's going to, then we write x plus plus, and while this loop is executing, we are going to be storing all the characters inside the str using body.char at x, which means it's going to be storing 3 into 10 this expression inside of that body element, that body variable, and then it's going to be it's going to be updating the body by removing these opening and closing brackets right here. So it's going to be removing the opening brackets out here, plus eval str. Now eval is a JavaScript function which is used to evaluate a JavaScript expression, okay, plus body.substring, this one right here, which means it's going to be taking all the contents of the body before these two opening brackets plus the evaluated expression and everything after these two closing brackets. Okay, now I just console.log the body for debugging purpose. Actually we don't need that. Now if body.index of, again we are checking that now this index of function is going to be locating only the first instance of the matching pairs. Okay, now after we have updated the body and removed the first matching pair, we are going to be checking if there is one more matching pair out there in the body, and if there exists another matching pair, then we are going to be creating another iterate function out here. We are going to be calling iterate function again, that is going to be updating the body variable again, and then just remove that else right there, and finally when no more opening and closing brackets are left over in the body, then it's finally going to return the final updated body right here, which we are going to be putting into the inner HTML of the document dot body, and that gives us this output. Okay, so thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel, share this to all your developer friends so that they can also benefit from this. Thanks for watching. Once again, like, subscribe and share.